Hey guys, it's Emily. Happy VEDA Day 4 officially because yesterday I apparently didn't know what date it was and put that yesterday was VEDA Day 4. Vlog every day in August, but it's actually today, so happy VEDA Day 4. So I've gotten a couple emails about this actually in the last few days, so I thought maybe it would be a good vlog topic to go over. And so just a little bit about me, if this is the first video you're watching or if you just haven't caught it in the past. So I've been doing the Take Shape for Life program, Medifast, for a little over 6 months now. I started at the end of January, and I've lost a little over 90 pounds at about like 94 pounds. Um, so I've gotten some emails recently about, how did I do it? How have I lost this much weight in such a short period of time? And I will tell you what I've done. I can't guarantee that it's anything special. I don't feel like I've done anything extraordinary, but it wouldn't hurt to share since I've gotten some questions. So, first and foremost, I should probably say I still have a little bit of weight to lose, actually more than a little bit. I've got about 50 pounds to go. So my guess is that in part I may have lost weight faster than someone who doesn't have as much to lose, just because I think you can put out kind of these bigger numbers when your number is bigger to start with. So don't be discouraged, I guess, when you hear that, because to be honest with you, I had a lot of weight to lose. And so, you know, 90 pounds isn't everything. Um, but the biggest thing I've done is I've really just stayed on program and I followed it to a T. I do the 5-in-1 program, if you're familiar with that. It's 5 pre-packaged Medifast meals, which include things like yummy crunch bars and pudding, soup. There's some little crunchy, like chip type things, shakes, all different options there. And I have 5 of those per day. And then I also have what's called a lean and green meal, which is essentially vegetables and a lean protein. And I eat those things every 2 to 3 hours. I partake in a healthy fat when the protein that I eat calls for it. I prepare vegetables in the way that sort of the Tape Shape for Life program outlines. So, no frying of foods. Everything is roasted or, healthy saute, that kind of thing, broiled, those kinds of things. And so I do that every single day. With the exception of maybe 3 meals in the last 6 months, I have not gone off program. And if I have, then I immediately get back on. So I've really I committed myself to doing this for a year when I started. And so I've really stayed on plan. So, the other thing that I've done is I've really started incorporating exercise. I exercised as a kid and as a teenager, but as an adult, I have not. So, this was kind of new to me. I'm 32, so it's been a good 10 years since I've had a decent workout program. So I'll just kind of walk through what I did to start. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'm happy to share my insights, but I really just did what worked for me. And so I think kind of the caveat to this is I'm not a nutritionist. I'm no personal trainer or expert. I really just went with what worked for me, and I kind of played with my diet a little bit to be able to fit things in that I wanted to do. So I started exercising at week 4, actually. Take Shape for Life recommends that you start, if you're going to start an exercise program, which you totally don't have to, that you wait 3 weeks for your body to kind of adjust. You're experiencing a pretty major deficit in calories. At least I was very extreme difference in calories from what I was used to eating. So, I would recommend that you definitely let your body, listen to your body and let it kind of set the pace for when you will start exercising and things like that. So I started exercising at about week 4, and I really just started with kind of walks around my neighborhood, about 30 minutes a piece. I did maybe 3 to 4 days a week, maybe. And I did that for about a month. After a month, I wanted to kind of kick it up a little bit, and I was probably at about, I'd say I had probably been doing the program for 10 weeks at that point, maybe. So I had lost maybe 30 pounds. And, because I have so much weight to lose, I'm going to have a lot of loose skin. So I really wanted to incorporate strength training into this. I knew that this would be kind of a layered approach to fitness, not just like exercising every day. So after about, I don't know. I don't know how long it was, to be honest with you. I could go look at a calendar, but I started just incorporating different components of exercise. So I started with a boot camp. And I don't know how smart that was, to be honest with you. That first class, I got really dizzy, which probably wasn't the brightest thing to do, but I've since been able to kind of figure out, what I need to do, what I need to put in order to get out what I need. So I started with a boot camp, which was we had kind of a 15-minute warm up, which I luckily took a boot camp at a community center, so I was able to kind of, sorry, there's like a little fly buzzing around. I was able to modify the exercises that I needed to. I had a very upfront discussion with my instructor, and that's the thing I would recommend as well. If you're taking classes at like a Y or a community center or a fitness center, if it's not just something that you're doing on your own, talk to your instructor. All of the instructors I've had have been so supportive and encouraging. I ask, like, if you don't have a modification, could you share one with me? Even if, I've kind of asked them to help me a little bit, and they have always, always been so supportive and accommodating. So I know it kind of sucks to like walk up and be like, hey, I'm trying to lose weight and, whatever, but just do it. Who cares? This is for you, not for anyone else in the class. And so my instructor is really cool. Like I did a more toned down workout than probably a lot of the class did. Or I'm sorry, a more toned down warm up at the beginning of the boot camp. And then she also was great. And I'm not the only one who needed it, but there were others who needed modifications to some of the moves that we did, particularly as it related to strength training. So I would just really recommend that you kind of look into that. And if you're doing things at home, YouTube is a great resource. There's actually a really great channel out there called Blogolates, like blog and plus Pilates. And I'll share the link with you. The super awesome lady that heads it up, his name is Cassie Ho. She puts together all these amazing strength training exercises that you can do from the privacy of your own home. So I just, hook them up on YouTube, and then I go and do them just like I'm doing a workout video. And they are super intense. She shows you the modifications. It's great. So there's a ton of resources out there. Feel free to hit me up if you need them, because this has kind of become like a hobby for me, is working out. So the video is getting way too long. So anyway, after kind of doing the boot camp for about, I guess, another 8 weeks, I decided to incorporate more exercise. And really all I did was I swapped out walks for other types of exercise, because I really wanted to work on my heart and my cardio fitness as well as strength training. So over the course of the next 3 months, I added a Zumba class. I also take it's called Chisel. It's a sculpting class that uses kind of lighter hand weights and your body weight to do strength training. So it's very comprehensive. Again, the instructor is amazing. She walks me through everything. She shows modifications for all the moves. I can actually keep up with people in the class because I've kind of built up some strength now. So I would really just recommend, if you don't have a gym membership, don't feel like you have to get one. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff on the internet. But also, if you have like a community center that's local, usually their classes are pretty cheap. I think the community center in my neighborhood is like half the cost of what it costs of a membership at the Y. So just kind of think about things like that. I know depending on where you're located, you might not have access to those kind of things. So pick up some workout DVDs, things like that. I have those as well. On days when it's rainy, I pop those in and do those instead of going for a walk. So over the course of the 6 months, I've gone from working out not at all to about 3 days a week, walking 30 minutes a day, to walking 30 minutes a day plus an additional day of kind of intense cardio, to now I'm at 5 days a week. I do 3 days of either strength training or cardio, and I've upped my walk around my neighborhood to about 45 minutes. And I live in Nashville, so it's fairly hilly, so there are some kind of, like warm up and down parts that I can incorporate. As far as my diet goes, like I mentioned, I have followed the 5-in-1 program, but I have, I wouldn't say tweaked it, I just changed kind of the parameters of the diet depending on how little or much exercise I get in a day. So for days where I am exercising like on a Zumba day or a boot camp day, I make sure that I have my extra snack. I actually ended up buying the Medifast, those little, what are those called? The soy crisps. I really like those. They taste like a non-program like treat. So I have those. I also, and I've heard some controversy on this, but according to both my health coach and nutrition support, this is okay. So just take it with a grain of salt, obviously, and do your own research. But I have a maintenance bar, the Caramel Crunch maintenance bar. Um, on the days I work out as well. You're only supposed to have, I think, one per day is what's kind of like allowed. Um, so I make sure that I have it. I don't have them every single day. I just have them on days when I do more intense workouts. And then I also added 2 additional ounces of lean protein, which I talked to my health coach about beforehand and also just verified with nutrition support. I don't have that every time. It's just on days, like I had a particularly grueling boot camp last week. So I did the maintenance bar, the snack, and I had the 2 ounces of protein when I got home afterwards. So just, I mean, listen to your body. Like if you're getting tired or you're getting dizzy, like either scale back on the exercise that you're doing or incorporate, the extra protein or whatever. If you have a health coach, talk it out with them. They usually have suggestions and may have gone through the same thing themselves. And if you don't, just hit up nutrition support. They can help you there as well. So I hope this has been informative. Oh, the other thing that I have really made myself do, and this was honestly the hardest lifestyle change out of all of it. I mean, changing the way I eat, exercising, all of that is a piece of cake compared to the fact that I have forced myself to start getting good sleep. So I go to bed early as much as I want to like stay up and get things done or like, watch another episode of The Killing. Like I force myself to go to bed. So I really have made a valiant effort to make sure that I'm getting, kind of that energy balance from sleep and then just kind of the additional work around the food and exercise. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, I'm happy to share what I've done. I don't know if this is any like magical solution or that I did anything special that anyone else hasn't done. But I think the biggest, I guess, the wisdom that I could impart is just to listen to your body because your body will tell you kind of what you need. If you're like falling down outside, then you need to scale back in some way, whether it's put more energy in your body or less output. So I hope everyone's having a great day. It's Sunday. Hope you don't have back to work blues just yet. But I will see you tomorrow for VEDA Day 5 and stay healthy. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.